Thank you, Chairman Myers. Good morning, everybody. I first want to say thank you for having me here in Lee County. It's like coming back home. I lived 10 years in Doherty County, right across the county line there, graduate of Albany State University. Before I get into my spiel, talk to you a little bit about Melvin, my background, how I got to be where I am. And as Chairman Reiners will tell you, I am very frank and upfront to the point about where I stand on issues, and I'll let the chips fall where they may. But first of all, I want to thank Chairman Reiners for the job that he's done down here representing you. You're also a fine representative up here. I served with him on Transportation Committee. I have learned so much by watching this young man and learning what to say and what not to say when the media is in the room. This guy is good. He represents y'all extremely well, and you would do well to send him back to the Georgia House of Representatives. He is very well respected up at the House, and our colleagues, we really depend on him. He's done a yeoman's job up there, and so thank you all so much.
I'm going to give you a check, Mel.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm saying it because I really believe it. He represents his constituents on the Transportation Committee. When we had that bill, the first thing this young man said was, my constituents down in South Georgia. He said, my constituents in South Georgia. How is this going to affect them? And he put you all first on every single issue that comes up before the House of Representatives. I'm just delighted to be here this morning. I'm going to be very brief. I'm originally from Wilcox County, Abbeville, Highway 280. Grew up there, 18 years. Grew up on a family farm. My father had a 5th grade education. We farmed peanuts, cotton, corn, watermelon, cantaloupe, peas, okra, the whole 9 yards. Had about a 200-acre farm there, family farm. 5th grade education, my father. My mom taught in the public school system for 22 years. During that time, they called them teacher's aide. I'm the 7th of 10 children. 8 of us are still living. And I'm the 7th of those 10. And matter of fact, I have a brother who lives here in Albany, works for Georgia Power. And I have a nephew who lives here in Albany. I just spoke to him this morning. My wife and I, today, that's why I have to get out of here, get the Cordial, and get back home. It's our 28th wedding anniversary today. So, and I always tell her when God created her, Hallmark cards were invented because he cared enough about me to send the very best. And I really love her, and she has been my rock. She travels with me a lot on my campaign trips, but today she's spending time with her mom for Mother's Day tomorrow, because tomorrow she flies out to D.C., and I'm back up in Metro Atlanta on the campaign trail again. We have one son who's a graduate of the University of Georgia, 2003, doing exceedingly well, exceptionally well. He lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, working for Eckers Youth Academy, which is a school for activist students in the state of North Carolina. And we have been blessed. I currently live in Snellville, Georgia, representing the District 106 in the Georgia House of Representatives. Formerly a city councilman, served as vice mayor, then to the Georgia House of Representatives. My road to the Georgia General Assembly has been the most unusual one in the sense that it took me 2 tries to get there. The second time I was successful. But when I got elected in 2005 to the Georgia House of Representatives, that made me the first black conservative to win a contested race in Georgia to the Georgia General Assembly in 150 years. And I've been reelected 3 times since then, and I survived the Obama wave, and I was not on the Obama train. I'm conservative, been conservative since age 10. Yeah. And most of my Democratic friends, when they find out I'm an elected official, I get this just about everywhere I go. You're a Democrat. No, I'm not. I'm a Republican. Then they follow that up, but you're black. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Been this way for 52 years. And they said, well, why are you conservative? Why are you a Republican? I tell them, I use all of my brain to think, especially the right side. When they hear that, they say, wow, something strange about you. And I said, yes, it is. I'm your worst nightmare. Because my ultimate goal is to dispel the myths about the Republican Party. We are for less government, lower taxes, personal and individual responsibility. That's it. Nothing else. Now, when I speak, I have a tendency to go to the national level and then come back down to the state level because it affects what we do, and I'm going to get into what I hope next labor commissioner for the state of Georgia. I've been on this campaign trail for 12 years. I was prepared to take on the incumbent. 2 years ago, I looked at this, and after President Obama got elected, I said, I don't like what I see. And I tried to share this with my friends before he got elected, especially my black friends, and I said, well, why are you supporting this guy? Typical response, well, it's the first time in history I get to put someone in the office that looks like me. Wow. I said, do you know where he stands on the issues? No. Do you care where he stands? No, he looks like me. I'm saying, don't you recall the words of Martin Luther King? When he said, I look forward to the day when my children are judged by the content of their character, not the pigmentation of their skin. What you just told me was you were voting for this man simply because he's black. That makes you just as much as racist as the one you say are voting against him. So you call them racist. What are you? You're voting against the white man. I proudly wear the Republican conservative label. I make no bones about it. I am conservative down in my bones, but I'm reasonable with it. I'm not ashamed of it. And I want to applaud all of you for standing up for what you believe as far as your conservative values. And let me challenge each one of you. The media wants to paint this or portray this as someone being against this man because he's African American. I have a problem with African American because I can go into another story on that, but no, it's not because he's African American. I'll turn it around. It's not his pigmentation, it's his policies. This man is bad for America. He's wrong on everything he's done since he's been in office. Everything. He's racked up more debt in less than 2 years than all the presidents combined from George Washington to the last Bush that was in the White House. This one man. You see what's happening in Greece? We're not too far behind. Chaos in the streets because they committed themselves to more debt than they're able to pay. And here we are. National health care bill. That's going to be the tombstone on America. Putting more and more taxes on small businesses. More and more regulations on small businesses. The backbone of this economy. You're crushing it. Obama and Pelosi and Reid, they vowed to kill anything in their way to have their say. But I'm so thankful for Republicans, such as the young lady here who said she's never been to a meeting or been involved to today. Everywhere I've gone across this state, from North Georgia, Catoosa County, all the way over to Muscogee County, to Glenn County, to Bullock County, I get the same response. Americans are tired of what they've seen in Washington, D.C. Transparency he ran on. Healthcare going to be broadcast on C-SPAN. So the whole world can know, all of America could see the transparency, your government at work. Well, we got the Louisiana Purchase. We got the Nebraska deal. More backroom deals cut up in Washington, D.C. for a bill that 65% of Americans said, Mr. President, you know, you're wrong. Everybody's for health care reform, but not in the manner in which you did it. No. They passed it. They passed it. But I have that feeling. I have the feeling that come November of this year, the people of America will flip a house in Washington, D.C. And I'm not talking about the TV show. I'm talking about country. The country is going to flip that house called Congress. Nancy Pelosi will go back to her vineyard in California, not to be the Speaker of the House anymore. Harry Reid will go back to his home in Nevada. And in 2012, we're going to come back and finish the job and send Obama back to Illinois, never to be elected or seen or